After more than 200 trips to Las Vegas, we have seen first-timers make the same mistakes over and over again. Well, in this video, we're going to break down exactly what you need to do to have an unforgettable first trip to Las Vegas. You might be wondering, what is that construction behind you? Well, this is the Hard Rock Las Vegas. It is coming in 2027. It replaces the old Mirage Hotel Casino. They have one of these in Florida, so you may have seen something similar, but it is right on the Las Vegas Strip. It's going to change the skyline. Here's the rendering. All right, now back to the video. Be sure to check out the themed hotels. You have the canals at Venetian, you have the Paris with the Eiffel Tower, and the Luxor is a pyramid. Now the last thing that you want to do is go back home and your friends are asking you, well, what did you see in Las Vegas? And you just say, well, I just stayed in my hotel the whole time. No, that is not what you do in Las Vegas. You got to check out all of these other hotels. They are nothing like you'll ever see anywhere else. It's been one of my favorite things to do for as long as we've been coming to Vegas, just walk around and check out what's going on inside of the hotels. But you're also likely to find little hidden gems, like this is outside of the Venetian. There's a plaque that honors the Rat Pack, but it actually has their footprints. There's a picture of the Rat Pack standing in this exact location. So it's fun to find all the little treasures that you can see on the Las Vegas Strip. Stay center strip if possible. Location is going to matter more than luxury. You're going to save a lot of time in walking and a lot of cost in Ubers this way. Go somewhere where you can get a great view of Las Vegas. You can go on to the Link Promenade. They have the High Roller, which is an observation wheel. Over at the Strat, they have an amazing observation deck. Over at Paris, there is an observation deck at the top of the Eiffel Tower. Or you can go to one of many bars that they have throughout the city, which are like rooftop or at the higher levels of some hotels, and you get a nice bird's eye view. I highly recommend, if you can do it at night, try it that way because it looks spectacular. And speaking of rooftop bars, if you go to downtown Las Vegas, you can go to the Legacy Club at Circa. So downtown is just a few miles off of the Strip, and Circa is the newest luxury hotel downtown. It's really beautiful, but what I love about this is that you get some different views up here because you are a little further from the Strip, so you see the entire Strip skyline. And they have some amazing drinks up here. It's fun to just come up, have drinks, catch the view. You can sit inside or outside. And while you're here, you can check out these gold bars. So depending on the price of gold, they could be worth up to about $4 million. You should try to see one show while you're here, and you have a lot of choices. You can come to a lot of the hotels and you're going to find things like a Cirque du Soleil show or a comedy show or maybe a residency. But aside from that, you have sporting events that you can have a look at, or you can see one of the many headliners that come into a town at places like T-Mobile Arena or Allegiant Stadium. Not too long ago, we went and checked out Absinthe at Caesar's Palace. Now, this is one of the hottest shows in Las Vegas. So you enter into the Green Fairy Garden, which is this whole area that has food and drink. And this just looks like a circus tent. So you kind of don't know what to expect. Now, before you hit the actual show itself, be sure to go into the Green Fairy Garden and go into this little speakeasy area. It is amazing. It's kind of designed to look like an old ship, and there are going to be some old relics in here. It's a lot of fun. The drinks are amazing. The bartenders are just great. They are a lot of fun to work with. And then you go and sit down, have your drink in this little area. And when it comes to showtime, you go into the big circus tent. Now, the cool thing about it is that it's a small venue, so there is no bad seat in the house. But the closer you get, the more that you're going to be part of the action. They will pull you in and kind of make fun of you because this is part comedy. So you have comedy, you have like circus act, acrobatics, you have some raunchiness in here, so be prepared for that. But it is just a lot of fun, and we just thought this was such a great show, and I can see why it is one of the top shows in Las Vegas. There are a lot of free things that you can check out in Las Vegas, so don't feel that you have to break the bank by doing all of the paid attractions. You can come out to the flamingo and see the flamingo habitat. Just be sure to keep your hands off of the flamingos. If you know, you know. You can go over to the Bellagio and see the fountains and the conservatory. There are a lot of free things that you can do and see. Now, the Strip and Fremont Street, we have videos on both of them of things that you can do, and a lot of them are free, and we'll link the videos in the description. The Welcome to Las Vegas sign is symbolic of Las Vegas. You see it everywhere on t-shirts, hats, print materials, on TV, but people don't always think to come out here and get a picture. And this is one of those places that I recommend you come out at least once on your trip and get a great photo. This is something that you can show to all your friends and family with the iconic Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Now, one recommendation that we have is that you either come really early or come really late, because the crowds get really large. Now, there is a line of people that will line up to get that perfect photo, but don't feel that you have to get in that line. If you stand on the side, you can just get a photo from the side. So remember at the beginning of this video, I showed you the Hard Rock Hotel that's coming, and it replaces the Mirage. Now, outside of Mirage, they had this volcano that would go off every hour in the evenings, and there was a show with it. It was awesome, but this just goes to show that things in Vegas don't always last, so catch them when you can. Before you hit the casino floor, set a gambling budget, but more importantly, stick to it. What you don't want to do is lose all your money and then head over to the ATM, take out money that could be your rent money, and try to chase your losses. The likelihood of winning it back is slim to none. If you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, wow, I know all of these things, well, that means that you're probably a Vegas pro. So help the viewers out and drop a comment with your tips for first-time Las Vegas visitors. Be sure to walk the Strip at night. It's a completely different vibe than during the day. This is when Vegas comes alive. Even the energy of the people feels different at night. But when you're walking around, the place is just lit up, and looking at all the hotels and even some of the attractions like the Bellagio fountains just feels a lot different at night. It kind of feels like what you would imagine in the movies. You're going to see all kinds of characters or showgirls when you're walking around, and they're going to try to take pictures with you. They're not free, but they can only charge a tip. They cannot actually charge you money, so they can only accept a tip. Now, what I recommend you do if you do want to take a picture with one of them is talk to them up front about the price that they're willing to accept for that photo. You don't want to make it awkward by waiting until after you take the photo, because they're going to ask for a lot more money than you're probably willing to spend. Vegas is not always cool weather. In the summertime, it can reach 120 degrees, but in the wintertime, it can get cold and the pools are closed. So if you are dreaming of visiting Las Vegas to use the pools, you're going to want to make sure to book during pool season, which usually runs from about mid-March into October. We have been here over 200 times, and trust me when I say that the weather in January can feel so much different than the weather in July. It feels like two different cities. Do one only in Las Vegas experience. Take a helicopter ride over the Strip. Go to the Fremont Street experience or the Link Promenade and ride the zip line. Go to a pool party, or you can even ride Cartzilla. It's a shopping cart that transports people along the Strip. Just do something that you can't do at home. Try to set time aside for one good meal. Now, whether it be a really fancy restaurant, or maybe you've always wanted to try one of the celebrity chef restaurants, or a Vegas buffet, we would recommend maybe the Bacchanal or the Wynn buffet for something nice. But the food is a big part of the culture here in Las Vegas, and so I think it's really important that you just choose one at least, one place that you can go and set aside a time for a nice meal. In the span of about 15 minutes, a guy came up and tried to give us a CD, and then a monk tried to come up and put a bracelet on my hand. Whatever you do, don't take these. They are total scams. So that CD, it's probably blank. And the person that's trying to give it to you, he's actually wanting money, and he's gonna say that he's an up-and-coming artist. But then you get home and you realize you got scammed. And that bracelet from the monk, he's representing some scam organization. He's just trying to get money off of you. And they use high-pressure sales tactics to try to get you to give them money. So we have more scams and ripoffs that we've covered in the past, so be sure to watch our video on scams and ripoffs. That's linked in the description. If you like the old school days of playing with coins in the slot machines, you got to come to Slots of Fun. It's part of Circus Circus in a little building next door, and they just went through a little bit of a remodel to all of the coin slots in here. So there's also $2 Heinekens, $2 hot dogs, $2 shrimp cocktails, and $2 popcorn. So a good place to come get some cheap food and to get your fingertips dirty. And we just hit for $120. 3 spins after we cut this off. If you can spare one of your evenings, I highly recommend you come down to the Fremont Street experience. So this is downtown Las Vegas. It's just a few miles from the Strip, but it's a completely different experience from the Strip. Now, I do suggest that you come at nighttime as opposed to the daytime, because you're gonna find live bands down here. They have 3 different stages, and while during the day, they might have some DJs going on. They'll have live bands out here at night, and it's incredible. The vibes here are just so much different from the Strip. The people watching is just second to none. You have people just coming out here, dancing, just drinking, having a great time. You'll have street performers that are out here playing music like right here, and people are dancing along. It is just a different experience from the Strip. Right across from the D, there's this 2-story souvenir shop. I highly recommend that you come over here if you're looking to get some cheap souvenirs for family and friends back home. They have t-shirts, 4 for $9.99. They also have other souvenirs like keychains and players cards as low as 99 cents. They have a lot of things that you can choose from here, but great place to come and get some cheap deals. And then just adjacent to the Fremont Street experience, you have Fremont East. So this is where you are gonna come and party. This is kind of geared towards a younger crowd, but they have clubs all around here. So some of these restaurants during the day turn into nightclubs at night, and it is just a crazy vibe out here, especially late night. If you're out here like 11, 12, there's lines of people waiting to get into some of these clubs. But this again is kind of geared towards younger people, but people that are of an older age are definitely welcome in here. This is completely different from what you would see on the Strip as far as nightclubs are concerned, and also completely different than what you'll experience inside of the Fremont Street experience. So it's kind of fun to experience both the Strip and Fremont Street, and then now Fremont East. And then if you head just a little further down the street, you'll come into Container Park, and that's where you're going to find this praying mantis that dances to music. So it's a lot of fun. So drop us a comment. Are you ready for your first trip to Vegas? Let us know, and we'll see you in Vegas.